Yes. In the last session, we discussed about uh, subqueries and constraint. What is subqueries and what are the comparison conditions that we are using? Okay. And what are constraints? How many types of constraints are there? What is the use of the each constraint? And what is foreign key? Everything that we discussed in the last session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the aggregate functions, clauses, and views. See, aggregate functions works on a specific column data in the table. These are classified into, let us observe, it is a count. This function is used to count the number of records in a table. We can use in three ways. Count star. It returns the number of records are available in the table, including duplicate and null values. If you want to count with duplicate and null values, then we have to use the count star. See, whenever if you use the count with column name, it returns the number of records, including duplicate values in the table. It is means including duplicate values means it will not count the null values. Yes, whenever if you mention the distinct column name, it returns okay a number of records without to duplicate and null values. That means only it is going to count the unique values in the column. Like that, we are having some of the aggregating functions. If you want to sum the values, then we have to use the sum function. If you want to use aggregate maximum minimum, okay, for that we are having aggregate functions. Next, coming to the clauses. Okay, clauses we are having like group by clause, having clause, where clause, order clause. Now let us observe group by clause. This group by clause is used to divide similar data as a group. If we implement okay group by clause in the query, then we should use the aggregate function in the query. All right, that we have to remember. When we execute group by clause, first the data within the table will divide a separate group, and later the aggregate function will be executed on each group data to get the result. Once if you observe this query, select bus number, and then we are counting. Okay, what we are counting? uh, Select, okay, this total tickets is the alias name for this count star. If you don't mention this alias name, okay, at the time of accessing here in this place, it will comes with count star by default, right? If you want any alias name here like total tickets, then we have to mention the alias name, right? From ticket, okay, here the clause is group by, on which the column we are grouping bus number. Here, but yeah, whatever the buses that we are having 10, all these 10s are grouped and then it is counting. Like this, we have to use the group by. If I want sum of the price, okay, on these bus number groups, like this, we have to write the queries. If you want to apply any condition on the group by, you see, where clause is used, okay, at the time of normal conditions, but whenever if you use group by, at that time if you want to apply any conditions, then we have to use the having clause. This having clause is also used to filter the records after grouping the data, just like where clause. I will tell you what is the main difference between where clause and having clause. Where we use where we use having. These are the examples. If you want more than one based on this condition, then we have to use having. Like this, the sum of the price is more than 3000 I require. Like this, we have to use it. Next, one more important concept, that is view. This view is a database object which is like table, but it is logical. It is dependent, whereas the table has independent, because view is extracted from the table. It is like a mirror. Okay, it is an interface between the, once if you observe this diagram, then we will get more clarity. This view is an interface between the data provided, that is table, and the user. Here we can create the views in two ways, that is a simple view and complex view. Simple view is also called as updatable view, and complex view is also called as non-updatable view. I will show you why we are saying updatable view and non-updatable view. This is the syntax to create a view. Like this, we have to create a view. Now let us observe the simple view, that is updatable view. When we create a view on a single table, that is called simple view. Okay, if you create a view on a single table, then it is called a simple view. In this simple view, we can perform the DML operations. So that's why we are calling it is a updatable view. Here it is possible to perform the DML operations on this simple view, so that a simple view is called a updatable view. See, in this example, I created one view. The view name is SV1, on which, okay, table on bus table, I created a view. Star means all the columns I am created in this SV1. If I mention any columns, okay, those columns only we can create a view. Right? This is one of the example. If you want to drop the view like this, we have to drop it. Now, see, based on two columns only, I created a view. Like this, we have to create. Now, let us observe the complex view. Okay, when we create a view more than one table, if you create a view, okay, on a single table, then it is simple view. If you create more than one table, then it is called a complex view. See, in complex view, we cannot perform DML operations. We cannot perform DML operations. So that's why we are calling it is a non-updatable view. All right. Like this, we have to create the view, okay, based on two tables. See, based on in the buses table, okay, in the bus table, I'm selecting bus number, and from ticket table I'm selecting ticket ID, and from ticket table I'm selecting price. Right, three columns I created as a view from two tables. Okay, this type of views are called a non-updatable views. Right, this is about some basic introduction about this databases. Okay, the basic knowledge is required, okay, if you want to interact with these databases. In the next session, we will discuss about how to extract the data from MySQL database, okay, through R programming, that we discuss in the next session.